Um, I know that this is a completely online course, but I just think that we have the opportunity now. Like, okay, so some of the things in the past year, granted, not very positive. However, one of the things I think that is really positive is that I can now meet with online students. Everybody knows how to Zoom. Office hours can be virtual at any time. And I hope then that you all can feel more connected, like more connected than before if you're just taking an online course. If you need to meet with me, I want to be accessible for you. I think that's one of the advantages of Front Range. I've been teaching for Front Range. Oh my gosh, I got a duffel bag last year for 15 years. um, and so I've been there for 15 years. And actually, this is the only job that I actually worked, was fired from, and still work at. I mean, can you believe that? I was doing a different position there that wasn't a great fit for me. And the social department asked me to teach, and I said no. And they said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, my parents are teachers. I don't think I'm going to do that." And they're like, "That's the fastest anybody's ever turned us down." And a week later, I agreed to teach one night class. And 15 years later, here I am. I teach at CU, CSU, and Front Range. I still keep my classes at Front Range online because I love it. I love the students at Front Range, and I love sociology. I don't recommend, like, I don't endorse too many things in this life, but I always will endorse sociology departments, because wherever I've worked, they've been the coolest people that have been marching for people's rights and freedoms and equality, like whether it's the 80-year-old person in the department or the 20-year-old in the department. So I highly recommend Soch. Maybe you're majoring in it. Maybe this class gets you to major in it. But I'm excited to teach it. I've been doing this now for a little while. So, oh, there's a cat, and there's a cat on this side, and Boba, the Boston Terrier, on this side. You get to meet all of the pets. I have a 4-acre farm in LaPorte, which is North Fort Collins. We have 110 chickens. We grow tons of organic food. So some of my sociology is an environmental sociology specialty. Some of it is in race relations. I've been doing that kind of work for the past 25 years, diversity and equality work. So those are the things that interest me. And of course, this families class, I did a deviance one this morning for Front Range, and I'm doing this family class, which I think is awesome, because again, the way that the family looked 100 years ago or 50 years ago or 20 years ago or 2020 is different. It's always changing and evolving. So I always think it's really, really fun, interesting stuff. So I am recording this, but let me see if I could do a screen share. Yes, or at least let me do that. I know I can. Sorry, I just got to move things around here for a second. And let's take a look at the class. I want you to know that I'm here for you this semester. Can you see the class now? Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Good, good.
Yep.
Okay. So here it is, and I just kind of want to run through it a little bit. I just changed that link because the link maybe wasn't working, but we replaced it with the meeting ID. Somebody else just joined. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. We will use this meeting ID, the same ID all semester long when we meet. Now, are we going to meet like regularly? No, we're not. This is primarily an online class, but I just want to be here for you because I think staying connected is an advantage that we have with this kind of capability, right? So relax. I'm happy you're here. Go to the social observation. Now, the social observation is to get us thinking in terms of sociology and thinking like sociologists and seeing the world like sociologists. So it says, if you click that link, go out and, observe your community for 20 minutes. You can do it anywhere. You can look outside your window, go outside and watch people at a park. Obviously, being safe and being masked up is the most important thing. So if you want to sit inside your room and do a live stream of a park somewhere or whatever, because you can pretty much watch live streams of anything, then you post about that, and that gets us thinking in sociological terms. So head over to the discussion board or click this link right here, and that will take you there. Okay, so there it is. Nobody's, we don't have anything started as far as the thread yet, but you will. So get on top of that. It's kind of the way that I know that you're participating. Of course, I don't have anything due this week because everybody's just getting used to the class. So get in the class, get used to the class, check it out. This is the college game. A few words on winning. I swear the last 2 years now, I put quotes around everything I do. Um, but this is just how to stay, keep your integrity high and reach out. Life is going to happen this semester. I mean, it's happening right now, right? Like the inauguration, like people are shredding some gnarly pow bruh, up in the mountains and gonna break a leg. Somebody's gonna break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, and it's gonna be the end of the world. And then 4 weeks later, you're gonna be like, whoo, 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 I'm glad I'm not dating that person anymore. Anyway, life is gonna intervene. So remember that. And I am here to help you, right? I'm not here to trick you. I'm here because I love sociology. And the way that I have this class set up, I think is the best way to retain this material, which I think is important. So the most important thing you can do, it's on the syllabus and everywhere else, stay in touch. If life takes you out of the game for a couple weeks, email me. Say, Jason, something happened and now I need to get back into it. And I feel like I'm behind and whatever. Okay. I understand. I've been in college. I'm 47. I'm still in college. So I know how this works. And I want to be here as a resource for you. And a valuable resource for you. Okay. So stay in contact. There's a syllabus here, of course, with really important things. That being said, go up here to course materials and content. And this is where the weekly schedule, I have the weekly schedule laid out, but I have a disclaimer on the syllabus because everything, including all the dates, are right here. Everything you need, every content assignment, every link, every discussion here. And once you click on the weekly course schedule, I even have all the dates in some places. Oh, hey, is anybody here a fan of The Princess Bride? I love that movie. Then it's nothing but work. Love The Princess Bride. Anyway, so there's dates here and it's scheduled week by week. So if you have any questions or clarifications, reach out to me. But I think I laid it out pretty simply, And then here, this is week 1 that we're in right now. I'm gonna click on it. There we go. Ooh, that's my tractor. Isn't that a gorgeous tractor? Sorry. Anyway, here's the social observation. And that's really next week, one of the first things. And when is your, let's see, week 2? That's this week, but I kind of have that posted a week ahead of time. And if this clicks, internet might be a little slow here. Anyway, week 2, there we go. Oh, you're reading my comments in my voice. Sorry, I can't help but do that. So to-do list, you've got a weekly to-do list. There's something about content assignments, a little video about that. So, next week there's a content assignment due on January 29th. What is it? You go to the content assignments. There's a video about that. Here's questions. Explain the concept of family diversity and discuss 2 of the specific sociological insights into family patterns. Look, these are essay questions. Each content assignment corresponds with the chapter in the book. Read chapter 1 and answer the essay questions. I'm telling you here and in announcements, because if you look at announcements on the main page, you'll see there's more rules for that or guidelines, but it tells you how to write it, how to do in-text citations. Everything you have to use the book for every content assignment. The book is required, okay? And I think it's a decent textbook. So you don't have to search the internet. Matter of fact, I want you mainly just to use the book as your primary source. That way it's scholarly. You'll write these essays. You can use MLA or APA citations in text, and that makes sure that, we work on our college writing, making it supported with citations, making it scholarly, and then you turn that in. And then I don't think I have anything the next week so that I can grade that, get that back to you, and let you know what that looks like. Okay, so that's a little bit on content. Here's some discussions. Again, there's a video about discussions. But the social observation, there's one at the beginning, and you don't have to reply to somebody else, okay? But for this discussion topic 1, okay, each discussion you have to post at least 1 post, at least a week in advance, and then at least 2 more posts before it closes. So there's a due date of February 4th. That's when it ends. But your first post is due by January 28th, which is a week prior. Why do I do that? Because you know how online discussions go in classes. If you don't have a requirement to post early, everybody posts on the last day, and then it's just people kind of piling on and regurgitating all at once, like, it's not much of a discussion. So I want you to make your posts on 3 different days, at least 1 a week in advance. And I have that written here in the guidelines and here and on the announcements and in the video, I'll talk about it. But that keeps us engaging with each other. There's some really cool stuff here. Documentaries on the changing family, siblings and lectures on siblings, you name it. I think this will be really cool too. And the discussion board also down here has extra credit. Now, last semester, and I think you'll like this. Every semester for extra credit, I give my students the chance to donate food or donate and then feed people in our community. I think that it's easier to do sociology when we do it outside the classroom at times. So you can earn points, and there's a link there. Last semester, my students gave $9,000, raised $9,000, which is 18,000 meals for the Larimer County Food Bank, which is huge. So you'll see that there's an alternate assignment if you can't afford a minimum of a $5 donation, but like somebody's grandmother last semester gave $1,500. and just, that raised everybody's grades, and it raised you know, a ton of money ultimately. I mean, 18,000 meals, $9,000. So I'm excited about the chance that we have to impact our own community. That goes here for the Larimer County Food Bank. It's not due until May, but check out that link, and that's a way that you can have a positive impact, you know, and earn some extra credit points. All right, there is a main paper. It's 150 points. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I will in a Zoom session later on down the line. Just for now, check it out. It's like a diverse family project where instead of writing a paper, I'm having you do something else, a PowerPoint, a presentation, create a video, something artistic, whatever. But I want my assignments, there's going to be some written stuff. And then I also want to give you a chance to do something, you know, more creative so that you're not just constantly doing nothing but writing papers. I think there are other ways for us to learn, and I'm excited about that. There are 2 exams. They don't open yet. The first one opens maybe in March. But basically they're essay exams. And the advantage of keeping up with the weekly assignments is that by the time you get to, if you're doing well on the weekly assignments, the test, it's the same essay questions. You can copy and paste those and then add to them. And then the tests aren't stressful. You know that you've already gotten my feedback, that you're on the right track. And that's a way that I just help you prepare so that you can do well in this class. Again, I'm interested in retention. I want you to do well. I don't want to trick anybody. So learn the right information, do it in an essay, reinforce it with the essay exam. You know it's correct. You're using your sources. And then, you know, your grade will be positive because of that. I think even better. So again, I'm trying to build in mechanisms to the class so that you succeed and you have more ways to succeed. All right, exams, discussions, weekly content assignments. There's a big paper that we'll talk about, or project, not a paper, that we'll talk about later. What kind of questions do you have for me about the class? I guess it's a class on families. So I have a 13-year-old son, Zion. He's got big blonde dreadlocks because his Viking hair dreads up in about 5 minutes if the guy doesn't brush his hair. He's an artist and he makes like animated videos, and he's a drummer. I have a 15-year-old son, Storm, and he plays stand-up bass and orchestra and has his own vintage toy store at eBay and loves vintage toys. He wants to work for Hasbro someday making toys. My partner, Julie, is an artist. She does a lot of watercolor paintings, and she also works at Vitamin Cottage. So we're both really into organic foods, health foods, eating, you know, as positively as we can. And I'm an only child. And so I know, only children. But I think that that's kind of a unique perspective now that I've been a dad for a while, because I remember when they would fight and they were young, and Julie, my partner's got like 4 siblings, and I'd be like, oh, I got to stop that. And she'd be like, wait, let them sort it out on their own. And I'd be like, what? Anyway, because I never had anybody to fight with. So now I have a new idea of like what a family is. And you each come from diverse families that have different components. So I'm hoping, see, the way I do education is not regurgitating information and looking smart. I'm trying to tell you information, then you chime in and tell me information, and we discuss it, and it's reciprocal. It's like this back and forth thing. And that's the thing. I don't want academics or my position, or I've been teaching, or I'm a professor for 15 years, to be like a barrier to you, okay? I want it to be something that I don't need to take concepts and explain them to make them harder. I need to take important concepts and break them down to make it easier to understand. And the reason that we do sociology is to do something positive. We don't study teenage pregnancy or family violence so that we're like, oh, that's interesting. We do it so that we can reduce violence, or we can understand how people can better manage a family and not too early, or whatever that is, right? We do sociology, actually do it for a reason. And a lot of that is to make things better in our society and make some positive and some important changes. Because society and the basic rules, Social 101, no culture is stagnant, right? Society is always changing. So the family is going to change, right? And how we understand and interact in that way. So yes, this is mostly an online class. Welcome, Heather. I see we have somebody else that joined. Awesome to have you here. I know, what else is going on? Why did I schedule this at such a bad time? There's like some important things happening right now, right? Yeah, sorry about that. I will record this, but I know the information is this morning. Anyway, so do you have any questions for me as an instructor about my family, about this course? Honestly, about anything. I'm here to be a resource for you. And I think the great thing about Front Range is our class sizes are small. And that's why you go to Front Range. You knock out some classes and they're cheaper and you still have great teachers. Oh, that's me patting myself on the back. But really, there's people at Front Range. Most of the people I've run into are young and exciting, or they love what they do. Regardless, right? I'm here for you to help you out. So I want to be a good resource for you. Anybody have any questions? I'm just going to drink my coffee for a second.
I do have a question. I was just wondering if we were going to do any like projects or assignments based off of our own families or experiences.
I think that there is yes. And like when you're writing these content assignments about families, I don't want you to just write like the stalest thing right out of the book and then here's a page number. Do that, and then maybe in calculus you don't add your personal insight, but in sociology, relating your family's experience to whatever you're writing about or learning about or your own experiences, I think that only adds. So yeah, when you're writing your content assignments, add your personal insight, relate it to your experiences.
Awesome.
Yeah. Other questions about anything? I'll sit here like a Kermit the Frog meme. None of my business. Sorry. All right. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I have any questions. So we that social observation that's due on the 26th, right?
Yep. And you can do it anytime.
Okay.
And somebody said to me this morning, I'm taking this class from the UK. And I'm on lockdown and I don't live with anybody. What am I supposed to observe? And that's when I was like, hey, I think you can live stream just about anything nowadays. You want to watch somebody working on an organic garden or playing with puppies? You could probably do that.
Yeah.
But, and this is,
thought about that.
Yeah. And here's the deal. You're all in college, so I know you believe in masks, science, because you're out here getting an education. So mask up, okay? It is very important. It is very real. And if you're out here paying thousands of dollars to get an education based on science, yes, this is a social science, but that's based on facts. If you're going to do the observation out someplace, just like you would for any other time you go out, just be safe. You know, I know it's weird, but that's the simplest thing, right? We can mask up. So you can either go out and do this or you can do it from at home, just so that you feel comfortable doing that, you know. Any other questions? Anything? About anything? All right. So reach out to me throughout the course of the semester. I won't be technically having another Zoom meeting. Okay, I guess. Sure, you can't see what I'm looking at. Yes, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Yep, that's me. You don't even know how many Star Wars things I have on my desk. It's crazy. My mom didn't make me get rid of my collection. So my boys and I were huge toy collectors, Legos, action figures. Ooh, Mandalorian. Yes, I love Baby Yoda.
That's awesome.
Oh, talk about Jabba the Hutt. Anyway, I love toys. And so that's something weird about me. And I play in a band. I've been playing music since, forever and ever and ever. My dad is actually, my mom passed away this fall. And so my dad is moving out to Colorado in the next fall. We're building him a house here on our farm, and love that guy. So really excited about having him come out to Colorado. I've been out here 20 years. My grandparents lived in Evergreen for a long time. So Julie and I would come out to go to concerts at Red Rocks, visit my grandparents in Evergreen. So Colorado's been calling to me, and it's sort of been a part of my life forever. Some people are new to it. Some people have been here forever, and you're native. You can have that snooty sticker that we put on our cars. I don't get to have that, but my kids are natives. Yeah. So anyway, if you have any questions for me throughout the course of the semester, I want you to be good people and do good things. And I guess lastly, and I didn't cover this yet, but I want to be real, just serious for a moment. And that is, it is very important in all my classes that we respect each other. Okay. And diversity and no discrimination, no racism, those kind of things are not sort of important to me. They are very, very important to me. So when you're my students out there in this world during the semester, I say at the end of every single live class, online thing, be good people and do good things. White supremacy and that type of trash has no place in our class and learning in our society. So sometimes that stuff sneaks into a class somehow, or people bring in some weird thing. I don't know. It happens at CSU like once a year, somebody does something awful. I don't expect that from any of my students, but this is a diverse classroom in sociology where we embrace everybody and we treat everybody with love and respect and compassion. I don't think those are outdated things. All right, everybody. If there's no more questions, peace to you all. Be good people, do good things. And if you need to reach out to me for any reason whatsoever, please do this semester. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Yep.